David, big break Indian Wells champion. Congratulations from not only myself, but everybody in Canada who was rooting for you. What an evening. Let's start with, you were at home watching this.
Right.
Who was with you? And tell me about last night.
Well, there was quite a bit of people there. We went to local Legion because we invited, there's about 100 people that wanted to come out, and because so many people have helped me in amateur and pro and golf, and my high school teachers were there, and guys I played golf with, and my mom's friends, and the town ended up kind of catching wind. It's not a very big town I live in, and a lot of people showed up, and it was amazing. My mom actually made one of those quiet please signs, at the PGA Tour events, they put them up, and she made one of those for when the commercials were done, so everybody would shut up, so we could hear it. And I was watching with everybody, and it was cool. It was very relieving, not just because I won and I can say it now, but just so I don't have to lie to everybody anymore.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, you've gone, January taping, and it's now July, and you had to hold that in for so long. That couldn't have been easy for somebody, obviously, who's so close to a number of people, like you say, who helped you. So, well, congratulations for getting that off your chest.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, let's go back to the day.
Okay.
You and Kent were there at breakfast and looking, everything was calm. First of all, I had no idea you were left-handed, but you golf right. Yes,
everybody's saying this. This seems to be the new fad right now. I never thought anything of it. I guess it's a bit different, but yeah, I'm left-handed. I write with my left hand, and I play golf with my right. Play golf right-handed. So it's quite odd, I guess. Well,
not really. I mean, Phil Mickelson's right-handed, and he hits left. Right. So if you can do as well as he has.
Yeah, I would be okay with that.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to just describing that day. You obviously had breakfast and everything looked really good as two Canadians against each other. You had to feel a little bit like the underdog. I mean, he's been at the U.S. Open. He's played some tours. Tell me, going into that, what you were feeling, and then just describe that day for us.
Well, first of all, I'll just start by saying, we got offered to stay in different and separate rooms because it was the final. And Kent and I just kind of looked at each other, and he's like, I'm fine in my bed. And I was like, I'm fine too. So it wasn't like we separated each other and, didn't talk or whatever. We did our interviews. We played cards, had a couple drinks, went out back into the hot tub, had a couple more drinks. We just hung out, talked, just about life and golf and all that. And then we ended up, I forget what we were watching. We were watching something, and it was just a complete joke. I don't know what we were watching, making fun of something, and we passed out in the morning. We did this as usual. I got up, took a shower, then I woke Kent up and got mic'd up and went to breakfast. And it was nothing different than what we've been doing, as if it was the first day. Which I think that's kind of cool. It's a little different than I think what most people would think. And I definitely felt like the underdog. I mean, I felt like the underdog, but my whole thing I said to myself when I went to the show was, during my amateur days, when I played in the U.S., my first U.S. junior, I said, how cool to be here. And I didn't really play good golf. I was just excited to be there. And when I went to my first U.S. AM and my first Canadian AM and all that stuff, I was like, this is really cool. I'm glad I'm here. But you can be a little bit happier if you do well. And so my whole thing when the show was, I don't want to realize that I'm on the big break. I don't want to. I'm not playing for any money. I'm not playing for a PGA Tour spot. I'm just out here playing golf, and then at the end of it, I'll think about it then. And that was probably my key to the success on the show, just because, just kind of forgetting that I'm living my dream. It's easy to kind of get caught in that. And I remember saying the whole entire show I felt confident with my swing and how I was hitting the golf ball, and it was really weird. Like I said it on the show, I thought I was going to be more nervous, but obviously looking back, it's easy to say. But when I teed it up against Kent, Kent's a great player, but I didn't think I was going to ever lose. Even on that 17th hole, it's like you just have a feeling, I didn't know how it was going to happen. I just knew I wasn't going to lose because you don't get that chance. You don't get that chance all the time, and I just couldn't. I just couldn't live with myself if I didn't take advantage of it. Well,
they say you get into a zone, and there's a sense of peace and confidence without, unrealistic expectations. There's such a fine line between those. And so maybe that's what you were in. Maybe you were just in the zone because you looked relaxed.
Yeah, no, I was. That was it was so weird, I thought I was going to be expecting all these nerves, and, obviously you're a little bit nervous, but I just kind of looked at it as another elimination challenge, I guess, because I've been in them all show. And, yeah, it was crazy. I remember feeling like, why don't I, it was like such a weird calm. Like I was so calm, and actually watching the show last night, I didn't realize how close I hit the ball in a lot of the holes.
Mm-hmm.
I hit the ball quite well, and it was kind of like a zone. I remember Shank saying something to me like "grand, sugar grand," and other than that, I didn't hear much from the guys. But I know they were saying something, but I didn't hear much. It was crazy. I was probably definitely the most focused I've ever been.
Well, let's hope you hold on to that because you've got a lot to look forward to. And, to be honest, there haven't been very many big breakers that have made it. Tommy Gainey obviously comes top on our list. Matt Every is out there now competing. We've got some on the women's tour with Christy McPherson. And, so very few of them actually make it. So why do you believe that you will make it?
I just feel that I'm beginning my career more so than I'm at a middle point in it,
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel that I have the right work ethic and the correct tools, and I have a really good support system. I know when you interviewed my coach Luke there, I learned how to score before I learned how to play golf. I always kind of got the ball in the hole, and I just feel that that's one of my best qualities. So I just truly feel that. It's tough to say why other people haven't made it. And to be honest with you, the difference between the guys on the Hooters and the eGolf Tour and the Nationwide Tour is really nothing. Mm-hmm. And the difference between the guys on the Nationwide Tour and, behind from 51 to 300 on the PGA Tour money list is really nothing either. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit about luck, a little bit about timing. I can't say why other people didn't make it, but all I can say is that, I'm going to try to do everything possible to kind of live out my dream and just keep grinding away. And I think that one of the qualities I have is I enjoy staying in a crappy hotel and eating junk and whatnot, and just kind of getting by. I enjoy that. I think it's fun. It's a life experience, mm-hmm. and I think some people don't enjoy it, and maybe because I haven't been doing the whole travel thing long enough. But I enjoy the oh hey, this hotel is awful, mm-hmm. or like there's nothing in this town, or like it's just a different place to go. You meet new people, life experiences. So I think I enjoy the process a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's actually, you're embracing it, and that's important. I mean, because it's the whole package, isn't it? It's not just those 18 holes each day. It's the whole thing. You have to learn to embrace it and move forward. Well, the Canadian Open is here, and there are 17 Canadians in the field this week up here in Vancouver, and I sure wish you were one of them, but I guarantee you I'm looking forward to watching you in a future one.
I was hoping that the show would air last Monday. Mm-hmm. And then maybe Kent or I would have got a call,
yeah.
Hey. But, who knows, maybe it'd be nice if I could play in the Canadian Open next year, after the Zurich and whatnot. Who knows what's going to happen with all this, but obviously it'd be a dream to kind of play in the Canadian Open. I think the Zurich Classic is going to kind of be my little Canadian Open because I think there's going to be quite a lot of people there from what I hear of all these tickets already being booked. So
yeah,
either way, it was just so cool. It was so cool to go through with everybody. We had a video camera last night, and when I made that 2.5 or 3 footer to win, the reaction that people did was incredible.
Oh, great!
It was funny, like people fist pumping and going nuts, and it was very like, I mean, it hasn't really hit in yet, Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's been such a cool little ride here.
Sort of a mini Darren Clark party kind of thing, right?
You know what? I actually tweeted this morning. I said it's not the claret jug, but I think somebody drank out of my trophy last night. The Golf Channel did me a favor and sent me the trophy, and I put it together. And I ended up, once the show was done, I ran out to the car. I snuck out somehow and ran back in with it, and so everybody could, take pictures and do all of what they wanted to do with it. So, it was great. We weren't short on drinks last night. That's
I bet.
Sure. Like I said there a little bit before we got on here, I think I went to bed about 6 and got up about 6:05. So running on just adrenaline right now, but it's been incredible.
Well, you always said that the Big Break was your favorite show, and it was your dream to be on it. You've been on it. You won it. I mean, all these dreams come true. It's great. But, you actually know more than a lot of people about the Big Break. If you were to give the Golf Channel any recommendations about future Big Breaks and your experience, what would you tell them?
Nothing. I still think of how it's put on, like how they do it. It's amazing. Like from the thought out challenges, the stuff that they know is going to be made for TV. I remember when I was younger, people were like, oh, that's scripted and all that stuff. It might look scripted, but it's just not. Like the way they pick their challenges, and they're so prepared for anything to happen. And we're treated like kings. You go to a great resort. It's gorgeous. You meet 10 amazing people. You get, all of us, you get to be on TV. Everybody, everybody's dream, young, old. Oh, hey, I want to be on TV,
Mm-hmm.
You get on the 6 o'clock news for 2 seconds and your family watches it, and you can't really, they're just really good at what they do. I know we have all said it on the show. Like, it's incredible. Walking away from that experience, I remember thinking, how do they do it?
Yeah.
Like, and it seems like there's a whole bunch of stuff that I guess goes wrong. But
mm-hmm.
they're so good at making everything kind of flow and go nicely together, and it's so well thought out and plans, and the casting. I think obviously their casting, they didn't get too much drama off the golf course, which is exactly what us as players wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much the Golf Channel wanted that, but that's what we said we were going to do, and we stuck to it. And it's just been, I just can't say anything.
Yeah.
It was just pretty cool. It was just, they just really didn't miss anything.
Yeah, well, they're going to have a hard time beating this one. I think it's the best. I said that all the way through. It's the best that I've seen, and I've seen them all. So, and then, you've got the advice. What would you give to a future big breaker out there? What would you tell them?
Don't think about, the days are long.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, I talk fast, I walk fast, I swing fast, I do everything pretty fast. And the one thing the show taught me was patience. Mm-hmm. I went on that show, and if you sit there and count the hours and it's like, wow, I haven't hit a shot in 3 hours, blah, 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 it's like, I don't know what it was. The whole entire time I was there, I had this really calm thing over me. Like, I just was like, oh, okay, I roll with the punches sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think I won the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I wasn't myself. I was like really calm and I was like, okay, kind of going with the punches and whatnot. And I'm not a very patient person, and I don't know what it was. It's like, okay, I was just really patient, and I feel like a lot of other people weren't,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
On the show. And that was my biggest, I think, attribute for me being on the show. One, not realizing that I'm on the Big Break, just saying, oh, okay, trying to not make it as fake as possible, and just being patient with it. And I was really lucky because I went through the experience with 10 best friends.
Mm.
The guys on the show are amazing guys, and it's easier when you're comfortable with
yeah.
people. And when you're waiting to hit a shot, you guys will talk about whatever in sports and all these different things, Mm-hmm. So part of I was fortunate to go through it with 10 amazing people,
mm-hmm.
Which I truly think helped me win.
Okay, that's good. I hope they do that. That's good advice to the Golf Channel. Try to mimic this type of cast that they put on, because I think it did add to it. I don't like the drama, so this is terrific.
And you know what? Everybody said that. They're like, once they found out I was on the show, they said, oh, I hope there's no drama. Everybody tired of seeing the bickering back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. It was awesome. There was really none of that. Obviously a little bit of it near the beginning of the show, but once we got down to the final 8 there, it was just great.
Yeah.
It was such an amazing experience.
Yeah. Okay, well, last question. You were the first to open the safe at the beginning of the series, the last to close it, empty. $70,000 in your hand, plus all these other things like the Zurich Classic, exemption, etc. Tell us, what's next for you, David? Where are you going from here? What's the next 6 months look like for you?
It's the same as before the ending of the final show. Just as dumb as it's going to sound, I need sponsors. So that once I get the money and taxes and student loans, and maybe a car that works, instead of having to hit speed bumps to turn on the air conditioning and whatnot, I'm not going to see too much of it. So it's just going to be just kind of figuring it all out still, seeing what this takes me, if it opens up any doors, and just playing mini tour stuff, trying to get some more tournament experience under my belt, keep on working with Luke on, my major, I guess, being the Zurich Classic, and kind of trying to peak for then, and just kind of enjoying it. I mean, I can't wait to watch the next big break, and I happen to win this one. Like I was explaining to somebody else, I was like, oh, how cool would it be to be on the big break? Wow, I'm on the big break. I'm in the final 5 of the big break. I'm in the finale of the big break. I won the big break. Like what? Like, I'm such a huge fan of the show. It's tough to truly put into words. But my God, it's so cool.
Yeah, well, it just gets cooler now. You're heading off to play that Zurich, and I'm going to most definitely be following you all the way on that. Please, David, keep in touch. It's been such a joy talking to you every week, and congratulations to you and to your mom. And, you just have a wonderful week. Just enjoy it, and then knuckle down and go for the gold at the Zurich. We look forward to watching you.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been fun talking to you every week, and a fellow Canadian. And I remember when you contacted me before, that even like the previews, I think even came out. I think you were the first person I was doing the interviews with. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, David. You've been a great guest every week, and we wish you all the best.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Bye.